I could use some help. My grandfather, who is in his 70s, is in hospice. It is sad, but he has been in pain for a very long time. My uncle, who is my grandfather's primary caregiver, has left it up to me, a 30-year-old female, whether or not to tell my 25-year-old sister that he is dying. To try and make a very long story short, here is some background that leads to the dilemma. I have been no contact with my sister for 4 to 5 years ever since she moved in with our father, who abandoned us when I was 9 and she was 4. He is bipolar and has done a lot of bad things, but I still had very fond memories of him. When I turned 18, he reached out. I tried to get to know him, but after a few months of emails and texts, I realized that he is a literal psychopath. Every word out of his mouth was a lie, or centered around him. I have been no contact with him ever since. I let my sister make her own choices because she had her own issues with his abandonment. 5 years ago, before I could contact with my sister when our grandmother passed away, I called to tell her so she could come home to the funeral. She said that she and our father, whose mother had passed, would not be coming because she could not afford it. I offered to pay for her flight, but she refused. She was not working at the time because she had just moved in with our father and he was taking care of her, so there were not any obligations that she was tied to. I could have gotten over her moving in with our father, but disrespecting our grandmother is what caused me to end things with her. My grandma was not an angel, but she did everything she could to make up for our father's absence, and that meant the world to me. This disrespect also upset my grandfather to the point he wrote them both out of his will. My grandma was the light of his life, and he only tolerated my father for my grandma's sake. After she passed, my father was officially dead to him, and he was incredibly heartbroken over my sister's choice. I do not think my grandfather would care or even mind if my sister came to the funeral. However, if I tell her, she will tell our father. Him being at the funeral would be World War III, especially once they both learn that they are not getting anything. To be honest, I do not even know if they knew that my grandfather has been unwell. He has been on a steady decline since my grandmother's passing. Also, my uncle has not spoken to my father in over 20 years, or my sister in the last 5 years, so that is why he has left it up to me. My mother has no stake in this since it is all on my father's side of the family and she is not involved with them, plus she is in Cancun with her new husband for the next few weeks anyway. So, would I be the asshole for not telling my sister that our grandfather is dying and subsequently not telling my father that his father is dying?
Myself, 35-year-old female, and partner, 38-year-old male, dating for over 4 years.
This situation involves me, my twin brother, my older brother, and my friend. Let us call him Dave. Dave bought discounted tickets to an amusement park from a colleague and invited the three of us to go with him. My older brother offered to drive and asked if we could split gas and parking costs. I agreed. The day at the amusement park was great, no issues there. On the way home, my older brother decided he wanted to stop at Burger King. Important context, I currently have very little money. I am a full-time student, taking an extra year to finish my studies due to personal reasons, and my student financing has not come in yet, so I need to be really careful with my spending. Fast food just is not something I want to waste money on right now. I have mentioned this to my brothers and Dave multiple times. They should know this. I told them I did not want Burger King and preferred to eat something at home. When we parked, I asked if they could at least take their food to go so we could get home sooner. I was not starving, but I was hungry and wanted to get home and make something cheap. My older brother literally just said no, got out of the car, and walked inside. Dave and my twin just followed him. I was annoyed, so I stayed in the car. They were gone for 30 minutes while I sat there waiting. We dropped Dave off afterward and went home. I did not cause a scene, argue, or mention anything about not paying. I just quietly decided at that moment that I was not going to pay anymore because I felt my brother showed me zero consideration. A while later, my brother sent me a reminder message saying I still owed him for the gas and parking. That is when I wrote back explaining why I'm not paying and that he is not getting that money from me. This caused tension and my mom got involved, telling me, "You wrote a disrespectful message and I do not agree with how you are acting." Now I'm wondering if I handled this correctly. What are you guys' thoughts? In summary, alright guys, I hear you all. I'm either the wrong one or everyone sucks, which means I'm in the wrong for this one as well. I will pay what the man is owed. I think he could have been nicer and not just say no, but that is a talk for another time. Thanks for letting me see that, guys. Peace. One last thing. I wanted to post a final edit for anyone stumbling across this post after the weekend, just to explain why I reacted the way I did toward my brother. Not as an excuse, but for context. My family goes out to dinner pretty often, and those moments are usually when we really connect with one another. Because of my financial situation, I have not been able to join them for a while, which has made me feel pretty isolated. When Dave invited us on this trip, I jumped at the chance to finally do something fun with my brother and my friend, without worrying about money, school, or struggling to find a job. So when the decision was made to eat at Burger King, it hit harder than it normally would have. I felt unheard and left out again, and instead of saying something in the moment, I let that frustration affect my decision afterward. That does not mean it was the right way for me to act, but this is the context behind my reaction. I have paid and apologized, cleared things up, and learned from it. Hopefully I will find work soon.